Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show helps raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a great person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Man, today we're going to be talking about gratitude, but more specifically, we're going to be talking about gratitude for all the toys that we've been able to obtain over the years. Because as motorsport enthusiasts, it's important to reflect on how far we've come and to use that as the foundation for continuing to chase bigger and more expensive builds. Like, non-motorsport enthusiasts will always tell you to grow up, but they just don't get it. Like men like us, we don't grow up. Yeah, we fucking mature, no doubt about that. But our toys, they just get more expensive. So do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember the days when owning all the things that you have right now felt like a distant dream? Like whether it's your daily driver, whether it's your race car, whether it's your motorcycle, whether it's a jet ski, whether it's a boat, whatever it is for you, man. They were all once but a desire. Do you remember that? They were all once but a desire, but you made them happen. And look at where you are right now. Having the toys you once only imagined. Soak it all in, man. Like truly, fucking embrace that shit. You fucking come a long way. So fucking embrace it. Like I can attest to this. Like we get so caught up in the daily grind that we forget to just appreciate all the fucking things that we have. All the things that we've worked our asses off to get. And so reflect on all your past desires and remind yourself that we've all been able to manifest all this shit that we have into our present reality. Like be grateful. And my brother, recognize your motherfucking progress. It's important to pause and really to appreciate the journey that we've been on, right? And so today we're going to be referring to our builds, but know that this is also an important thing to do in our personal and our professional lives. It truly is. So let's talk about the power of visualization and desire, right? Let's revisit the dream. Like, do you remember when this desire for motorsports took root in you? Like whether it was sparked by a childhood fascination, or maybe you had a love for speed, or maybe you just had a thrill of competition, or just the smell of gasoline just fucking excited you. Like, man, think back to the days when it all started. Like, I know for me, it goes back as early as I can fucking remember. It truly does. Like, man, and I say this because I have pictures that I don't even fucking remember as a little kid, as a little baby, on top of motorcycles. Like I grew up around motorcycles. I truly did. I probably was riding one inside of my mom's stomach. Like motorcycles were around me before I was even born. Like and that right there was most likely where like the baseline for my adrenaline like ambitions just was born. It truly was. Like the need for speed was real. Like I think back and as I grew into like a young boy, man, my mom would send me over to Colombia every summer. And over there, my cousins drove fast as shit. Like they truly did. Like, man, at least I think I did. That's what I remember. And over there, like there's mountains and there's fucking curvy roads and you go up and down. And which maybe that's what made the driving experience so gangster. Like maybe that's what made it seem so fast. But it was fucking thrilling. Like I loved it. I remember I would come back and would come to Miami and my dad would pick us up from the airport. He'd be driving all slow and shit. I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck? This is boring. And then I remember also like the family over there, like, man, um, they had a farm. Like this was my aunt's husband. Like that's one of my favorite aunts. She truly is. Actually, she's been around for me the most, and I grew up with her, and this is who I remember the most. And every time she comes, I truly, I love her, man. And her husband, may he rest in peace. He passed away, but he had multiple motorcycles on the property at the farm. And like, man, and I would ride all of those motherfuckers. I truly was. Like, I remember the first time when I saw them, like, it was at night. We had just got to his farm. I was like, I had like in awe from how big this fucking property was, bad as fuck. And like, when he opened his garage, like, man, my jaw dropped and I was like, oh, I felt like a little kid in heaven because he showed me all the fucking motorcycles that he had. And I was like, holy shit, there was four-wheelers, there was two-wheelers, there was mostly a lot of four-wheelers, but there was a couple two-wheelers. And fuck, I remember that night. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. I don't know if he could tell by the excitement in my face. For sure he could, bro. And I was like, oh shit. He was like, you could ride that one. And I was like, oh, can I ride that one? He's like, yeah. And eventually he's like, bro, just fucking ride all of them. And I remember that night I fucking drove every single one of them. I was like a little kid, like fucking enjoying. I was in fucking heaven. I remember like they were all laughing and shit, like, but I was having the time of my life. I truly was. He haven't This dude, like, man, may rest in peace. But he even ended up building a motocross track at that farm. Like, shit was dope as fuck, bro. Like it was so dope, man. That just by the time that the track was actually finished, unfortunately I had stopped going back, so I never really got a chance to ride in it. And I did motocross here in Miami. I raced through high school, and I wish I could have gone back over there. I would have fucked shit up. Like, I didn't, you know. And though having and that like instilled like something that I seeing that growing up and seeing that was possible, having a track in your farm and all this shit, like that's something that instilled in me, right? And so having a motocross track is something that I plan to do in one day in one of my own future properties. I'm gonna fucking do it. My wife knows about it, and so what is it for you? Like, think back, like, look for that initial spark of desire, because most likely this is what started the motorsport journey for you, my friend. Like, think about it. Just like with other desires that we have in life, with persistence, with focus, and with hard work, those dreams all start becoming a reality, one by one. So I'm gonna take a sip of water here because excuse me. So let's talk about the actual journey, right? Like, have you thought about what you have actually overcome as you went from wishing to actually owning these things? Like, think about the challenges that you faced along the way, the financial hurdles, the learning to like work on your build, and all the time and all the dedication that you had to invest to making these passions a reality, man. Like, maybe you've worked some extra hours to get them extra money. Like, I'm sure that you've made sacrifices to get what you have, or maybe you even spent countless long nights in the garage to get them all running, to get them going, to fix them up, just like I have, right? But know that every challenge is a stepping stone towards the goal. Like, it's important to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The late nights, the setbacks, the small wins, they all contribute to the final reward. Like, the journey of acquiring all these builds, it symbolizes any primary goal in life that we have, right? Because they all require vision, they all require dedication, and they all require to have resilience in order to make them happen. And so this is why it's important to really appreciate what you have achieved. It truly is. Like, I'm encouraging you, as you hear this episode, as you're hearing me right now, to pause and take a moment and genuinely appreciate your current situation. Like, all the toys that you own right now, all the skills that you have honed in on, and all the experience that you have gained, take all that shit in. Let me ask you this. Like, how often do you sit in your car and you look around and you hear the chop, the fucking thing is fucking idling, it has a nice exhaust, and like you rev the engine a couple times, and then you remember all that shit was just a fantasy at one point? If it was just a dream and you wished that you had that? Like, if you have not done that in a while, do it. Fucking do it. It really does. Just sit there and embrace the moment and look around, and because we all get so caught up in life and we're like on the go, and and you're like, fuck, you get on your phone, and it's always for boredom, you fucking pull the phone out. But stop, pause, and appreciate where you are. Appreciate all the things that you have. Embrace that feeling because it's your reward for all the years of hard work. Like, use that gratitude as a driving force. Reflect on your past desires that are now realities and use that as motivation, fuel that will propel you toward your future goals. It really is. Like, use fucking, instead of getting all caught up in the busyness and the goal of life and not enjoying what you have and not looking around and appreciating the things, use them to fuel yourself. Use them as motivation fuel. Use them to be like, fuck, I came this far. How much more can I fucking get? And so you see, gratitude, it helps us maintain a positive mindset. And also, it helps us stay grounded. It truly does. And as you sit there and you let your car warm up, make this an activity that you revisit every couple of days, or man, at least once a week. Like, take time to reflect and to appreciate all the progress that you've made in various areas of your life, not just in your material possessions. Like, think about it in all your areas of life and appreciate the journey, man. You fucking worked hard as fuck. So let's look ahead, right? Like, what's the next big dream? Truly, let's fucking think about something big. Like, use your past achievements as the foundation for setting new and even bigger fucking goals. Like, think big here, man. Like, whatever it is, like whether it's upgrading your current ride, maybe buying another ride, maybe buying the third ride, or maybe even, taking your racing to a higher level, or man, maybe even pursuing another passion. Like, for me, I've mentioned I love motorcycles, I love cars, I love boats, I love fucking like anything that has a motor in it. And so those are all different avenues of my passion, you know. And actually was thinking about this in the shower today. Like, I was thinking about, the boat that I want. I was visualizing. I was picturing myself like fucking going and pick it up. And I'm like, I want a little flats boat, but it's not your regular average flats boat, I like to go fast. So I'm not gonna say what it is, but I just fucking thinking about it. Like, no, what's this next step? What's this next level? And it's a fucking expensive motherfucker, right? And I'm like, yo, but if you don't think about it, if you don't put it in your mind, if you don't visualize it, if you don't fucking manifest it, then how the fuck do you think it's gonna actually come to your mind? How do you think it's gonna become reality? Right? Like, think big. And let's work on making that shit happen for you, my friend. Like, let me help you put something into perspective for me. You've achieved everything that you have right now. Until this point right now, you've achieved everything that you have, everything that you are, everything in life. You've done it up to right now, right? So what's stopping you from aiming even fucking higher? Truly, like, what is stopping you? You've made it this far. What's stopping you from going even higher? Like, set your sights on that next level. Continuous growth is essential. Don't just rest on your past achievements. Like, use the momentum to fuel your new ambitions. So remember, reflect on your journey, appreciate your achievements, and use your success as the launch pad for your future goals. Like, all those toys that you have right now were all once a dream. Let that be a reminder that you have the power to turn your dreams into a reality. So keep dreaming, motherfuckers. Keep pushing. And keep driving forward with your gas motherfucking wide open. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the crap that's been holding us back, and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. Join me on this journey while we empower our people to do more and to be more. And man, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that button so you never miss another episode. And if you connected with today's message, please share this on your story and tag me at Wide Open Randy, because those are the actions that help more gearheads see and hear about this podcast. And ultimately, those are the actions that help the community grow. I'll catch up with you on the next episode, but till then, live your life wide open, my friend. Peace.